For most celebrities, fame comes with attention. It's kind of in the nature. For Sabrina Carpenter, one of the biggest pop stars in the world at the moment, that attention allegedly crossed a terrifying line. Hi, my name's Lucy and welcome back to my channel. A man, she says, had been stalking her for weeks and reportedly tried to force his way into her LA home. He had claimed that she was expecting him and was then arrested. Yeah, so the guy was arrested, wait for it, and then allegedly came back again. Now, a judge has granted Sabrina a temporary restraining order against this guy. And the details coming out of this case are raising so many questions about celebrity security, safety, and stalking culture. Yeah, this has become a culture in itself, a very toxic one, and the darker side of fandom. So if you guys don't know already, Sabrina Carpenter became famous on the Disney Channel in the show Girl Meets World. From there, she started making music, and over the last few years, her music took off to the point where she's now a global sensation. I mean, my opinion on it, I do like some of her music, but she's become a very provocative artist, like a lot of female artists and male artists for that matter, unfortunately. Anyway, recently there was this guy caught on Sabrina Carpenter's security camera of this guy trying to get into her LA home, and it didn't just happen once. I'm pretty sure this happened like 3 times, bearing in mind somewhere in between this he was arrested. A lot of musicians and actors and famous people as a whole unfortunately have to deal with a lot of creepy stalkers, and it's almost become like the average thing within celebrity culture as a whole. But this remains to be an ongoing concern within the entertainment industry. I mean, are we forgetting about that Rihanna shooting that happened earlier this year? That's crazy. So this spring, Sabrina encountered her first terrifying stalker, or the first that we know of. According to court documents that have been released, Sabrina stated that the stalker started stalking her around April this year, literally just a few months ago. And the man named in the documents is 31-year-old William Applegate. He literally looks like a creep in the video. Like, you just need to show me that picture and I'll steer clear. According to Sabrina's declaration, he allegedly appeared near her home repeatedly over the course of several weeks. She described a pattern of surveillance, trespassing, and escalating behaviour that left her feeling increasingly concerned about her safety. Obviously, it would anybody, especially a young female artist, you know, the average young woman as a whole. The main concern here was that the behaviour appeared to be getting worse and worse. It was escalating quite rapidly and took a dramatic turn on the 23rd of May. This was literally only a few weeks ago. Apparently, this guy, William Applegate, reportedly entered a neighbouring property in order to bypass the security barriers to get into Sabrina's home. From there, the camera literally shows him repeatedly approaching her front door. This actually sounds like something from a horror film right now. Sabrina described the incident as deeply alarming, and like I say, security footage captured the moment. This kind of reminds me of the Miranda Cosgrove stalking incident. Do you guys remember when Miranda Cosgrove was stalked by that guy who like threatened her with a knife or something? That was dark. When William was approached by security, he claimed that he knew Sabrina and that Sabrina was expecting him. He was actually saying that he personally knew Sabrina and that she personally knew him. And Sabrina, of course, has said that that's completely false. I mean, why would she lie about that? He literally looks like a creep. Like, just trust your energy, guys. The guy refused to leave until law enforcement arrived. So something's telling me that this guy might be mentally insane. He either knows what he's doing and is doing it anyway, or he's mentally insane and he genuinely made himself believe that he knows Sabrina Carpenter personally. Police ultimately arrested him on trespassing, on suspicion of misdemeanor trespassing. And for many people, that would have been the end of the story. But according to these court documents, it wasn't. What reportedly alarmed investigators was what happened after the arrest. So bearing in mind, this guy was stalking Sabrina for a number of weeks. He approached her house, claiming that he knew her. He was then arrested. But this gets crazy. Apparently, he returned to that area shortly after being arrested. Is there any kind of safety, protection, security system, not just involving celebrities, but involving people as a whole. That's mental. I mean, if a celebrity can't get that kind of safety and security, we don't have any hope. He went back to her property and continued to linger around the neighbourhood. In these court documents, she described these acts as deliberate surveillance of her home and the movements and stuff like that. And that's when authorities got involved again, because they could see that the situation was clearly escalating, and the arrest didn't do anything. A detective reportedly stated that this guy William was showing patterns of dangerous stalking behaviour, which is kind of obvious, but the fact that he was then arrested and then continued, I don't even have words for that. Repeated contact after warnings, arrests, or interventions can sometimes be one of the biggest warning signs in stalking cases, and has been known to be. And that's what led Sabrina to seek legal protection. On the 29th of May 2026, Sabrina filed for civil harassment restraining order, and an LA judge later granted a temporary restraining order against Applegate. Why is it temporary? According to the reports, the order requires him to stay at least 100 yards away from Sabrina Carpenter, her home, her vehicle, her workplace, and other protected individuals connected to the residence. I guess that means like her PAs and her security team. In her declaration, Sabrina wrote that the alleged conduct caused severe emotional stress and left her fearful about what could happen if the court did not intervene. The authorities should have been taking this way more seriously, and I don't know why he was just let go like that. At least they intervened in some way before things escalated to a very dangerous, regretful point. The case is expected to continue through additional court proceedings, including hearings scheduled later this month. It is important to note that these allegations are currently being handled through proper legal systems, and the restraining order is temporary whilst the case proceeds. So it's like a temporary caution, a temporary measure. But this whole scenario brings us to the bigger picture of celebrity safety, because this story isn't just about Sabrina Carpenter. Like I mentioned, Miranda Cosgrove had an incident with this, so did Rihanna. In recent years, numerous public figures have dealt with stalking incidents, home intrusions, and security threats. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to become a celebrity. It just comes with too much hassle, if you ask me, even if I was making millions. Social media has made celebrities a lot more accessible than ever before. Fans can see where artists are performing, posting, travelling, and sometimes living. And of course, most fans, like the average person, would engage respectfully. But a lot of people have warned celebrities that a tiny percentage of these fans or superfans or haters, whatever you'd want to call them, can develop unhealthy parasocial attachments, relationships that feel personal despite there being no real life connection. So it is a psychological thing, it is a mental thing that I think needs to be probably talked about more. When those boundaries disappear, situations can become dangerous. That's why many celebrities invest heavily in private security, surveillance, but even then incidents still happen. And according to this incident, this experience has been one of the most disturbing invasions of privacy that Sabrina Carpenter has ever faced.
Attempted to enter her Los Angeles home. Sabrina has received a temporary restraining order over him. A judge ordered 31-year-old William Applegate to stay at least 100 yards away from Sabrina. Security footage of him literally saying that he knew Sabrina Carpenter, and he refused to leave the property after security told him to get out. Then he got arrested by police, and then he was later released. There was one occasion where he was sitting outside of her house for several hours. Sabrina said, "His pattern of stalking, trespassing, and surveillance has caused me severe and ongoing emotional distress."
So for now, Sabrina Carpenter has obtained a temporary restraining order whilst this case proceeds. And I guess this whole legal process will determine what happens next. But beyond the headlines, this case serves as another reminder that fame does not eliminate fear. In fact, it only intensifies it. As more details emerge through the court proceedings, we'll continue to follow the story and see what happens next. Hopefully something will actually be done about it, be taken a lot more seriously to prevent this from happening again and to other people. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about the growing concern for celebrity safety and security and things like that? What about fan boundaries? Like, where do you draw the line? Let us know down in the comments, and if you really did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to hear more about this particular story, artist, or more pop culture videos, then subscribe for more. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.